Tay-K has just started trial for the 2017 murder of Mark Saldivar. For those of you who don't know, Tay-K and one of his friends allegedly shot and killed him outside of a Chick-fil-A. So they were supposedly looking to rob him of some camera equipment, and that led to them shooting him and him obviously dying. Rest in peace. So Tay-K's attorneys are trying to say that it was self-defense, that Mark was actually attacking them for whatever reason, and that's why they had to do what they had to do. That's pretty much what they're trying to say. And this has been a tough case because when this whole thing happened, Tay-K was a minor. I believe he was about, I want to say he was 16 or 17 years old. So the crazy thing about it was they would have gave him the death penalty, or at least tried to, but because he was so young at the time, they couldn't do that. So now it's just they're trying to see exactly what they're going to give him. But I don't know. I mean, it's not looking too good, to be honest. Just the whole situation, because he's coming off a whole nother case, and now this one is coming about. So it's not looking too good, man. But that's what happens when you're young and you really into, you ain't got no guidance. You into the street life. You trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? You living what a lot of these dudes is rapping about. And now that's the whole crazy thing about Tay-K. For those of you who not really up on the case, he was a kid that's like, yo, I'm gonna live what everybody rapping about. I'm gonna really rap about the shit, but I'm really gonna do the shit that I'm rapping about. You know what I'm saying? So that's what made the whole case so crazy to begin with, because it's like, I'm already in the street. When he started getting into all these different situations, he's really doing what he's rapping about. You know what I'm saying? So he really catching a body and then rapping about it. He really shooting at these people, then rapping about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's one of them things where it's like, we kind of let hip hop, we let hip hop kind of take over our minds. A lot of times we'll hear certain songs, but especially the younger generation, and at that specific time, it wasn't about, you hearing a song and you thinking that it was fake. Somebody said they killed somebody on a song, you thinking it's real. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day. So in 2017, around that time, a lot of the younger generation, they like, yo, like, you gotta really be about what you say that you about. And Tay-K, he's a perfect example of that. You know what I'm saying? It's sad to say that he basically played with his life. You know what I'm saying? So he ended up putting himself in a situation where he may never come home. You know what I mean? So he never was able to really be an adult. You know what I mean? You a kid, you doing all this as a kid. So it's like you don't know what it's like to be able to even be, a grown up and say, hey, well, man, I'm past that now. You know what I'm saying? But it happens all the time, man. So, my advice to the younger generation, man, is like, you gotta focus, man. You gotta focus, and you gotta keep your mind right. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these songs, some of the stuff is real, but some of the stuff be fake. You know what I'm saying? Some of these artists, they just be talking. It's a song. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta really be living that life to be an artist. You know what I'm saying? And it's happening more and more where it's like these artists feel like, I gotta really do this so they know that the shit is real, as opposed to, now I'm gonna just make the music. You know what I'm saying? So for older artists, man, we gotta be careful of what we putting out there, because the youth, they gonna take it for face value. They like, man, look, I believe it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go about it the same way they went about it. If they out here shooting niggas and shit, I'm gonna do the same thing. If they saying they out here selling drugs, if they saying they out here popping perks, I'm gonna do the same thing. If they out here drinking lean, I'm gonna do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? When in reality, Future might have said he drinking lean, he popping pills on a song, but whole time this nigga not even doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of them things, man, where for the younger generation, man, like you gotta take it with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? This shit don't be real for real. You know what I'm saying? So don't let it make you feel like you really got to be doing certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit is entertainment. You know what I mean? So if I could if I could tell this to one, if one kid could hear this and change his whole perspective of the fact that he don't gotta get out there and do that shit. You know what I'm saying? He can just really just be an entertainer. You know what I'm saying? That's one kid that didn't throw his life away. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, like let entertainment be entertainment. All the other shit is for the birds, man. You know what I'm saying? But as far as Tay-K goes, man, you know, I hope that he can come out of this on top and he could, you know what I'm saying, like change his whole life around, be able to get out and be able to start over. I hope that can happen for him. You know what I'm saying? Because to be in there for the rest of your life is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? You never even had a real life to live. You know what I'm saying? You never even had a real chance to really get out here and be something. You know what I'm saying? So, hold your head, man. But as always, I appreciate y'all watching. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and I'm going to catch you on the next one.